Well, celebrations continue in West Michigan and all over the Catholic world as Pope Leo XIV gets to work as leader of the Catholic Church. News 8's Duncan McLean caught up with some old friends of Pope Leo at a Mass of Thanksgiving tonight. Duncan, they say he practices what he preaches.
That's right, Amber. These connections go way back. The Catholic faithful in Kalamazoo gathered at St. Augustine Cathedral on Monday evening for a Mass of Thanksgiving as the excitement of a pope with real ties to West Michigan continues. Now, 11 days after then Cardinal Robert Prevost was elected as the 266th successor of St. Peter, that joy still evident tonight.
We were just also tickled when he stepped out onto the loggia. The curtains parted, and he stepped out. All we could do was scream. It's Father Bob.
Friends of Father Robert Prevost communed with the congregation at St. Augustine Cathedral on Monday and described to News 8 the emotion of celebrating a new but familiar pope with their fellow faithful.
The feelings were amazing. You could feel the joy. The joy was so tangible. Not only in the liturgy and the music, but even in people's responses and their faces, that they were so happy that we have a pope, and yet a pope that we know.
Sharon and Deacon Roger Grigorski hail from Niles, where they interacted with the now pope during his summer retreats in the area, eventually accompanying Father Bob on a now even more unforgettable journey.
He agreed to be a spiritual director on a pilgrimage we arranged to Rome. And so we were with him in several locations in Italy, and the high point was really celebrating Mass with him in St. Peter's in the Lady of Czestochowa Chapel. And so those are fond memories. 11 years ago, when this was all transpiring in Niles, I don't think any of us foresaw. He certainly was a special person. We knew that. He's the real deal. Okay, he's approachable, he's unpretentious, yes. He's an amazing homilist and a beautiful liturgist. And so he was the whole package, so we just savoring the moment.
Monday's Mass, led by Bishop Edward Losi, another former colleague of the new pontiff, sent prayers for Pope Leo while celebrating the caliber of character that he wields and weaves into his leadership.
Just the speed with which Leo was elected, I think, is significant. That what we are perceiving in him, obviously, is not just our perception. I think there was a whole college of cardinal electors who saw the same thing. And he's calling us, I think, to authenticity and integrity as Christians. Talk is cheap. Let's put it into action. Let's be the people we say we are. That, I think, is coming through very clearly.
And the bishop there chose verses from Matthew 16 for the gospel reading at tonight's service, specifically for that celebration in question. Those verses contain the famous phrase from Jesus, "On this rock I will build my church." The bishop then reminding everyone that that mission from Jesus to Peter has been passed through each and every pope throughout the ages in an unbroken chain, leading all the way to their friend and leader, Father Bob. Amber.